Hey, boys and girls, we're going to do another direct drawing for what sound, qua, what sound, qua, what sound, qua. How do I write qua, q? All right, we are going to draw a quail today. Do you know what a quail is? A quail is a type of bird. So this one's a little tricky. We're going to try our best. All right, so I'm going to start at the top and make, you know what? I started too high. All right, we want to leave some, well, goodness gracious, Miss Norad. We want to leave some room at the top because a quail has a feather on its head. So we need to leave some room for the feather. There we go. All right, so I'm going to do a circle for the quail's head. And then I'm going to do a body shape like this. And then I'm going to come back in and I'm going to erase right here. All right, so try your best to do that, okay? All right, then I'm going to come to his nose and give him a beak, like a triangle, and a line on his body where you could see his wing, where his wing would be. All right, so we have his head, his body, we did his beak, and then we did a line on his body to show his wing. All right, we're going to come up, and quails have this feather that comes out the top of their head and kind of curves like that. So let me try that again. That wasn't my best. Let me try again. There we go. So go ahead and give them a feather coming out of the top of their head. All right, the next part is where we're going to go in and do his eye, but it's a bit tricky because they have this like special coloring around their eye. So this one's kind of tricky. So we're going to actually start at his neck. You're going to curve up and in, kind of like you just did for his feather on his head. It's almost going to look like you're doing another feather for his eye. Oh, let me try again. Sorry, boys and girls. I'm having trouble myself. All right. So kind of like you're giving him another feather on his head. And then inside that feather is where you're going to put what looks like the feather. You're going to do his eye. So it's kind of tricky. It looks funny. Mine looks funny too. Okay, so go ahead and do that now. Then we're going to do his feet. So we're going to come down and do a line like an L. And then we're going to do a line and a line. So we're going to do a backwards L and another line and another line. So that he has 3 little toes there. Okay, so now we're ready to write the word quail. What sound? Qua. What sound? Qua. What sound? Qua. How do I write qua? Q. So to make it Q, I'm going to do a circle for an O, come inside and give them a line that comes inside out. All right, if you remember this morning, we learned that Q has to have what other letter to spell words? Q and U. Good job. So I'm going to do a U, A, I, L. Quail. Quail. All right, so he's got most of his body is gray. So I'm going to start in with his body and do gray right here. I'm going to try not to color over his wing there. All right, so it's mostly gray in my picture. So we'll start with his body. All right, what sound? Qua. What sound? Qua. What sound? Qua. How do I write qua? Q. And remember that Q, to spell Q words, it has to have its partner U. So when we're spelling any words that start with qua, it's going to be Q, and then you know the next letter has to be U. Q-U. All right, some words that start with Q while we're doing this. Queen, quarterback, what we dressed up as. Quail, quilt, which is a blanket. Quarter, quiet, quick. All right. So then I'm going to go to his beak, color his beak gray. Okay. And then for his face, I'm going to do just this outside part right here. Don't do the inside where it looks like he has a feather on his face. Just do the outside part here. Quick, quiet, quit. Trying to think of some other things that start with Q. Q's a little tricky. Alright, and then I'm going to get brown for his feather on top of his head. So I'm going to get the brown. Color it in brown. What sound? Qua. What sound? Qua. What sound? Qua. How do I write qua? Q. And Q has to have letter U. Alright, so real quick, Miss Norad's going to fix where she colored over. There we go. I colored over that by accident. Alright, I'm going to get my brown again, and this time I'm going to color inside his face here and make that part brown. There we go. All right, now I'm not going to be able to go back and put lines on it, but he's got some white lines like this. Oh, it will let me on his body. Okay, well, let me try that again. I wasn't doing my best because I didn't think it would let me. Normally, it doesn't let me draw on top of it. Okay, maybe they fixed it. All right, so you can put some squiggly lines on him to show like where his feathers would be. Okay, so I'm going to draw just some squiggles. Squiggles, it doesn't have to be perfect. He's got a line here. Oh yeah, look at that. I wonder if they updated it. Maybe they fixed it. Alright, for some feathers, and there is your quail. Alright, he's kind of funny looking, isn't he? He's a little funny looking. They're definitely a different type of bird. They look a little different than most other birds. So try your best. I can't wait to see them.